Hello, good morning, bonjour in French. This is Fred from metal-AUS.com in France and in the world, and metal-AUS TV on YouTube. And we have, I hope the pronunciation is good, Thraxas with an exclamation mark. Thraxas. I don't know. Is are going to say
Yeah,
two
yeah,
men,
perfect,
No,
perfect.
that's
two.
it. You got it, man. You got it.
I specify that is at the morning for them. It's 6 o'clock. So I thank you very, very much because it's complicated to interview bands from the East for us. So I thank you very much for their effort. So could you tell us yourself, maybe lady first, what's your name and what do you do in Traxxas? And you correct me if it's right.
I'm Alex Rad. I'm the lead guitarist of Thraxas.
Okay.
Hell
And
yeah. And I'm Bull Woods, and I'm the lead guitarist and singer. Woo! Of
okay.
Thraxas, baby.
Okay, okay, and you don't need the Red Bull, huh? This morning you are on the fire. You have the fire. It's okay.
Yeah, I think I went to bed like 2 hours ago, anyways.
Yeah, yeah, and me, I'm going to the bed in a 1 hour, and that's life. So, what's this first name nickname Bull? You like Red Bull or you like the Bulls of Chicago? There are
No,
no bull in Australia.
yeah,
Australia.
all of it actually. And when I was a little kid, and I was like 14, I got my septum
Ah,
pierced,
yeah,
and
like the
so
bull.
everyone's called me Bull ever since. And then yeah, it's legally my name now. So
Okay. And Alex, you have a nickname? No, 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 no nickname.
No, no, my name's just shortened to Alex. I'm Serbian, so yeah, I've just shortened my name a little bit. But
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
tell
I don't have a
tell
cool story like
t-
Bull.
tell me your full name because I love your full name.
I,
Ah,
I know you play in black metal bands, if I'm right,
yeah, I
Alex.
do as well. Yeah, yeah.
Still nowadays in parallel of Traxxas.
Yeah, I do both. Yeah, Thraxas, I'm definitely that's sort of like my baby. I'm definitely more involved in Thraxas for sure. I've been in
Mm,
Thraxas a long time now, so
okay. Yeah,
yeah.
the black metal bands, it's Pestilential Shadows and Deformity Live, maybe only live.
Deformity, I only played 3 shows with them a couple
Ah,
of years
okay.
ago. I was sort of more like a session artist.
Session
Yeah,
member. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Once again, I thank you very much, and we are going to better know you. You come from Sydney, in Australia,
Yes, yes.
East Coast. So, and you are going to release your first album, Violent Vacation, on Primitive Moth. Is it
Yes.
a local label? I don't know. Primitive Moth, is it an Australian label? Not at all.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
Ray's a smaller label based in Sydney. So yeah, he's basically helping us with distribution and product.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Okay. And for the distribution, it will be distributed in France, for example, in Europe, or digitally only? No CD and
Not
vinyl?
not at this stage. Vinyl, unfortunately, we couldn't fit it on vinyl. The album's too long.
Yeah,
We do have
slightly too long.
Okay,
Yeah, we
yeah.
do have distribution in Mexico with Old Skull Records, but at the moment we don't have distribution in Europe. I've personally just been posting CDs straight
Okay.
there. So yeah.
Okay, you will give me the links. I will put all in the description, and
Perfect.
especially also the first song. Like I discovered you with this song, and that's why I wanted to interview you. The first single of the and the first track of the album, Violent Vacation. It's called Blast Shadows,
Yep.
Yes,
and
hell yeah, hell
that's why
yeah.
I discover you. So tell me more about this song. So first album. Alors, very simple question: why only a first album now? Because the band, if you can sum up the story of the band, you exist since 2011 in Sydney. In
Yeah,
fact,
so
why?
I'll answer that. So we've had a lot of a lineup. So I started it years ago, and then we've had a whole entire lineup back when I was like 15, 16, 17, 18. And then we ended
Okay,
up I met my drummer now about probably 10 years ago, something like that. And then we were just trying to find members who were all on the same page. Because years ago everyone just kind of split, and then I was like, I'm always going to continue this. And then
okay,
we ended up just well, I met with Isaac, and then we ended up finding Alex, and we found Dan, and that was about 7 years ago. And then we just ended up putting tracks together and going from there. But especially in these days, it's very, very expensive very expensive
Yeah.
to record albums and very time
Yeah,
consuming. And
yeah.
so, you know, we've really had to put our own all of our own money into this. So it just costs so much.
You make a crowdfunding? You made a crowdfunding to pay the recording of the new stuff? Or
No,
No.
we ended up. This is just all our own money. This
you
is
could,
just
but
we just
you could ask people, Patreon or something like that. It's the fashion now, to the trend to make that, to help you.
yeah. I find
I think maybe for overseas stuff, but I think for recording we use merch, we use
we've
like
really just
payments
sold.
from gigs, yeah, and then we put in our own money every week as well, just so we have enough to do this sort of thing.
Yeah, I suppose you have a day job, etc., and you're going to
Yeah.
work. Okay.
Yeah, all of us have to work.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You make, that's why I like your effort and your. Okay, you released a demo, Slave Wages, in 2018.
Yep.
And after several singles, Cthulhu Rising, an EP, Planetary Terrorism,
Yep.
in 2021, and this single, Blast Shadows. Alors, before to speak more deeper in the album, your influences, your main influences. I can notice influences from bands like PC Razors. I don't know if you know them, American band from Texas, Skinlab, Machinette, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's very
Power thrash.
old school.
Yeah.
Yes, old school thrash with like groove metal. There's a lot of prog influences, so like Dream Theater and things like that. Especially from Alex's side, she's a very proggy girl. Yep, those influences are spot on.
Yeah. No black metal influences here.
Yeah,
No,
I didn't think there would be.
No.
Is it mostly thrash over there?
Trash, a bit crossover, because there are breakdowns, there are mosh parts, especially on some songs at the end of the album. Hardcore. You listen to hardcore music also?
Yes. It's pretty much like we listen to everything, like even into metalcore and like deathcore and things like that. Well, I especially do, but I've always loved DRI and stuff like that. So a lot of those crossover bands, I remember listening to them years ago and being just trying to chop and change a lot of those influences and styles into our music and just making it our own sort of thing. But we draw inspiration from a lot of different places.
Yeah, I think it's what makes us unique, I think.
Yes, 100%.
Do you know the Red Shore bands from deathcore band from Melbourne? They were split and they reformed.
They're Red Shore. Yeah, they're around ages ago.
Years
ago.
And they were signed on a French label, Listenable Records, a French label.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to contact this label from myself.
Yeah,
no, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, send me the link.
No problem. No problem. The boss contact after he choose, but I can if I can help you, it will be a pleasure. So this first album, Violent Vacation, 11 tracks, very direct. Some introduction, more with arpeggio and guitar, more clean songs, but in general, it's very straight. And you worked a lot. We can hear you worked a lot. Your sound, the songs, the structures of the songs. You very you think, I think all, and you repeat. I think you rehearse a lot. Tell me more about the studio recording, because it was your first record. After the EP, maybe it was the first full-length studio recording, very professional, I guess.
Well, definitely for me and Aleks, it was there's a lot of things we learned. There's a lot of things we would do in the future. There's a lot of things we wouldn't do in the future, but it was a big learning curve for all of us, especially recording all of this the first time and the way we did it. What would you say, Aleks? I reckon it was a very interesting experience. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was. This time, like every record, we've used a different engineer, just trying to like nail down our sound. And this time, I think we've definitely found our engineer. We did things a bit differently with guitars as well. We used a load box, so we plugged our head straight into a load box and used IRs. So I think that's why it sounds so full. Like I think the record production wise is our best sounding record.
Best one to date.
Yeah.
And you put all your money, all your swear, and to make a very professional album.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we definitely did.
we
The,
gave up a lot of days for that, a lot of
yeah,
weekends.
yeah. And
Yeah.
the label help you to find a bit more to bring a bit money to help you for the recording studio or the gear or something like that, or to pay the sound engineer.
No.
No.
So we found Primitive Moth a little bit later. So it was more that we'd finished the album and then it was kind of
Ah,
like, I was talking to the boys and saying, we really need a record label to get to
yeah.
the next level. And that's when we found Primitive Moth. So the album was already paid for and we
Okay.
already had the music videos and everything done. So
Yep,
And
yep,
Alex or Bull, you one of us or the other persons you are four in the band.
yep.
There are maybe some of you are sound engineer or no, not at all.
no.
No, we're trying to figure it all out as we learn and play, but it's a whole other ballpark. We just want to play. We just want to get
Yeah,
in and
yeah.
play.
You don't want to the microphone during
Yeah,
one day. No, you don't want to.
we're all more than happy to learn, but at the moment, it's just we want to get in and just play.
Play
Yeah.
and sing. Let's go.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
You use a lot of you say AI. You use a lot of reamping method. Reamping.
Yes.
Um,
So well, not really. I play for a Kemper, so I actually just get my own patches and things like that. And Alex went through she actually used her head. She used her Black Star that she always uses. So it
yeah.
wasn't really a whole lot of reamping. It was actually just us playing straight from our patches and or our heads, man. So it was
Yeah,
actually
straight into a
pretty
load box.
yeah. Mine was just pretty much straight from the back of the Kemper into the computer. So woo, Kemper.
Okay. Yeah, you worked a lot. The guitars are very in the mix it's all, but the guitar very powerful in the album, very powerful. Two guitars, of course,
Yep.
but you don't play a lot of leads, if I'm right. More in the end of the album, maybe. I need to
Well,
re-listen the album.
especially with a lot of this, we do have a lot of like leads, like solos and stuff in
Yeah,
it. But then there are some songs where we didn't feel solos were needed. So it's
yeah,
really just to serve the song essentially. So it's like Lamb of God. Lamb of God had some albums that had pretty much like no guitar solos or anything on it, but then when they did, they were very
yeah.
powerful sections, very good
Mm.
sections. So we would definitely try not to overload it with too much. It's just what is needed for
Mm.
each song essentially.
But in general, it's very straight, very direct, and very raw. I can't. Yeah, direct. Yeah, very.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of riffs, a lot of heavy riffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other guy in the team, you can say the name, Isaac and Alec and Dan.
Yes,
Isaac
yeah,
and Dan. Yeah.
Isaac and Dan. Yep, yep,
Isaac on drums and Dan on bass.
yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, we can see them and all the team on the video, music video. I will put the link and the description and at the end of the interview, of course, of the song, the single, the first when I discover you. So it's called Blast Shadows. Why did you choose this song? And tell me more about the shooting of the video because it's outdoors and I think it's in the coast, Australian coast on the Tasman Sea, something like that, on the sun, maybe 40 degrees. Tell me more about the recording
Oh,
because it's playback, of course, but nice video in the Australian coast.
um, that song is pretty much just about like in a nuclear explosion when the nuclear blast goes off. A lot of
Okay.
people oftentimes were like melted to concrete, so they would have an outline of like their body on the concrete, so they were like a blast shadow, if that makes sense. But
Okay.
Alex will attest to this. That was like a 40-degree day when we did the music video.
The,
A lot of
the,
sunscreen was involved.
uh,
We're trying to cover up all of our tattoos and things
yeah,
like that. Sunscreen and
yeah.
yeah, it was very hot. Where was it, Alex? It was battery.
Malabar Battery. So I don't know if you know
That's it.
Sydney too well, but it's pretty much right. If you go look at the city and you go straight to the coast, that's
Yeah.
pretty much where we film. So I tried to make it historically correct with World War II because that's where they set up all the
Anti-aircraft
yeah, and
Okay.
like
and
the
naval.
guns. Yeah, naval guns. That's the word I was looking
Yep.
for.
Okay. And no sunburn? No sunburn
No,
after?
no, lots of sunburn.
Yeah, I got burnt.
You have the
I
casket.
look
You have the casket and the glasses.
Oh,
Cool.
I look like, do you know Neapolitan ice cream? So I look like Neapolitan ice cream because I was like black on one side, I was white in the middle, and pink on the other side.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes, yeah. Everyone laughed at me.
Yeah, Isaac got it the worst. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isaac's, yeah, he
And
got burnt.
there is a nice light, natural light, and yeah, there's you can see you play back, of course, outdoors. But yeah, it's very efficient song. Like that's the proof because I contact you. Are there sharks? Are there sharks in the sea at this place?
Yeah, there's millions. Yeah, millions.
Bull
Australia
sharks,
is
great whites. Yeah.
Australia is very home to a lot of
No,
predatory creatures.
no surf, no surf at this place. You like surf?
No.
You like surfing?
No, I'm scared of the
I
ocean. No.
I love water, but I actually I'm too tattooed these days. I'm always having a healing tattoo.
In your bathroom, you like
Yes.
water in your bathroom,
Shower.
okay? Or
I like
swimming
shower.
pool, swimming pool.
Yeah.
And yeah, the topics about you say speak about nuclear accidents, stuff like that, and we can see on the cover artwork violent vacation. So it violent vacation it means violent holidays, something like that. You spent
Yes.
bad holidays together, maybe in
Yes,
Ukraine.
pretty much. It's like the idea of like the idea of going to prison. You know what I mean? So like you go to a prison and it's like a violent vacation. You get a vacation, but it's going to be very violent.
Yeah. Did you spend time in Chernobyl, Ukraine? No. In the 80s?
No. Yeah, it's an exploration of like the social systems of going into jail and things like that. And yes.
Yeah, because thrash metal in general, it's we have social or politics or point of views and message.
Yep. So
in general,
social commentaries, yes.
Yeah. You have a lot of stuff for that. Nowadays, you have a choice to speak about that. There is a song, a guide. Excuse me for the accent. A guide or guide to torture. I like very much, and a sentence to death. And the plague bearer. At the end, I find the album more maybe melodic, but powerful at the same time, and maybe more melodic in the more leaks in the introduction. I have to listen to that. But tell me more about the song, A Guide to Torture, please.
So it's definitely one of those songs that's really about like all the ways that people kind of torture each other. So, like a lot of desert conflicts and things like that, and like how people kind of a lot of tactics where people torture other people, but then when you get tortured and you're under so much pain and duress, you kind of just say anything. You know what I mean? Like you would, like if you get tortured, you would say anything just to be out of the situation. So it's not exactly a correct tactic to use and things like that. So it's really exploring the idea of like just what people do to each other, and just kind of, people do these things to other people, but they don't you don't think about how kind of brutal it is. You know what I mean? Like for years and years we've been doing this to each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Just brutal.
Yeah, on vocals, it's only you, Bull, who sings.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't want a help or another person to make backing vocals on some mosh parts or chorus.
We do
sometimes.
We do have Aleks and Dan on like in Blast Shadows. We have Aleks and Dan on the backing vocals. Sometimes it works if I just do a couple things, but sometimes I'll come in with a couple parts and I'll be like, I definitely want you guys to sing here.
Yeah.
And just kind of like fill it out with background vocals and things like that.
Okay.
But we just
Aleks could sing. Aleks could sing also. No, it's a question.
I thought you said, are you a good singer? I thought that's what you said. Sorry.
But no clean vocals.
Not
yet.
No. We'll explore that as we get down the path.
Like Rob Flynn made clean vocals sometimes, more plaintive, more melancholic, and after it's Igor.
Maybe in the future. We'll never say no, but we'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah. Maybe if I think just two advice: more solos and more variety in the vocals, and it's perfect.
I think we had 8 or 9 solos.
It's my point of view, of course.
Yeah. We've got a fair few solos on it. So there's just some songs where we're just like, do we need a solo here?
Yeah, I think there was only 3
kind of
songs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that we didn't have them.
Yeah, Aleks. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, Aleks. Yeah. No.
Oh, sorry, did it cut off? Sorry, I was just saying. I think we only had 3 songs that we didn't have solos in. The rest of them have them. Dual
It's
solos.
less, maybe it's less your cup of tea. You prefer to, okay. You worked a lot on the wrist. What is the guitar tuning? Because you are the two guitarists of Thraxas. What is the guitar tuning here?
Drop B.
Drop B.
B.
Yeah.
Jinx.
B. B.
Drop.
Yeah.
Drop B.
B.
Yep.
Okay.
Drop B.
Okay, very, very low. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, but 6-string guitars, only 2.
Yes.
Two.
Yeah.
6
strings.
Aleks also.
Yep.
Which you are endorsed by a band, a company, a mark of guitar? No. No.
Aleks is. She's with Schecter.
Schecter. Okay.
Yeah. So I've got
yes.
Schecter, Diodario strings, and Black Star amps.
Okay, and you Bull, you play Jackson? No, Jackson. No, it's a Jackson.
Yeah,
guitar,
I'm playing Jackson. I'm waiting for Jackson to endorse me. Sponsor me, Jackson, please.
There were reissues of the Jackson guitars of the 80s with a Strat form. There were American series. They were reissued with nice colors, different colors. Last year.
They end up being so expensive in Australia. It's easier just to buy like $1,000 guitar and then just do everything to it.
Because they came from Asia. They came from Asia.
Yeah. They come from everywhere. Yep. And then they're spending like $5,000 on a guitar to kind of get ruined at a show. I'm scared.
It's better sometimes it's better to buy a second-hand guitar material.
Yes, cheaper, and then just thrash it at a show.
Okay. And personally, one by one, how did you start to listen, to learn, to practice guitar when you were teenagers, when you were at school? If the band starts very early.
I ended up my mum got me into all my music. So my mother got me into all the like metal and stuff like that. And then she's seen that I wanted a guitar and she went out and bought me one of those real cheap like $30 guitars. And ever since then I played on it and I've loved music ever since then. So I just picked it up and just would learn where I could, took a couple lessons and things like that. And
AC/DC cover songs.
Yes, and I'd be doing now. I'd move up to Slayer and Metallica and everything. Yeah,
it's more complicated.
Yes.
More speed. And you, Aleks, how did you start to play guitars?
Same sort of thing. My dad influenced me into guitar, so I started playing when I was 8. And I started with like AC/DC, Metallica, Iron Maiden. My parents were more into, I guess, the softer metal. Like my mum's into hair metal and stuff. So I ended up having to find thrash and everything on my own. So it took me a couple of years to really get into it. But I think I really probably started taking guitar seriously when I was probably 15 or 16. And then
with a teacher? At school, at the music school with a teacher?
I had a little bit of guitar lessons, but I'm mostly self-taught.
Okay. And do you think it's a good way to learn with YouTube on YouTube with tutorial? Because tutorial never correct you. Me personally, I can sometimes I'm happy. I learn, but I'm not in the tempo, in the rhythm, and I make mistakes. But nobody corrects me. I'm passive.
I think it's dependent on each person. It's how you learn. If I've always been like a visual learner. I need to read things to learn. So if someone's teaching me something, sometimes I don't retain the information. I think it's all dependent on how you learn.
But both Bull and you have the ears, and you develop your ears by yourself.
Yes.
It's important. And very last questions, because we are going to conclude. To compose, how do you work in the team? It's Aleks who brings the main ideas of the riffs, or the other guys, some rhythmic, some ideas.
It's really everyone. Yeah, sometimes we can Aleks and I will put a riff together. So like I'll send her a riff and then she'll send me one back, and then we'll kind of pick the song up. Sometimes we just come in with the whole song idea and like we sit down and we go, this is awesome, and then we'll kind of just roll with it, or we'll move bits and pieces around. But everyone gets a say. Essentially, everyone gets a say on what we do.
Yeah. You have a local rehearsal room in Sydney. Together, you rehearse, or you rehearse by Skype, by Skype or Zoom.
No. We have our we meet up. We meet up and have our own room that we go into. Yes.
Old school.
Yes.
Approach.
The best way.
It's the only way, I think. Yeah.
Okay. What are the next video comings about this album? Maybe you prepare a new video, a new song, music video, and for which song? And do you have plans to tour first, maybe in Australia, or to play in some gigs in Sydney? Tell me more. And after in Europe?
So Violent Vacation, the video comes out next week. We actually rented a prison. So yeah, that one's a really cool video. So yeah, that'll be out next Friday. We've got an Oz tour, May and June. Europe, hopefully, maybe next year. We'll see.
May June. You are going to play in Australia first.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. But it's big in Australia, in Sydney, Melbourne, or after the West Coast in Brisbane?
Yeah, so we've got Newcastle, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. We're keeping it East Coast. I don't think we'll be able to make it to Perth this time. It's a very long way to go, but we'll see.
Of course. And Tasmania? No, Tasmania, there are black metal bands, Runes, and
there is down there. Thrash. I think the scene's still growing down there. It's not a massive place.
Of course.
Not as big as Sydney.
No.
Yeah. And so Europe maybe next year. Okay. Festivals or regular tour with you have to book that, but in Europe you don't know for the moment. Maybe next year.
No, we'd like to get international next year, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We're just playing it by ear.
Yeah.
One step by step.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I thank you. Good luck with this album, Violent Vacation, and thank you for your time. I appreciate, really appreciate, because it's complicated. Like I say, you come from Australia, so I will contact. I will give you the information. I can help you freely, totally, by email, of course. And good luck with this album, and the best for the future. And we hope to see you live in festival. It could be the good, in festival, to come in festival, summer festival. It could be the good approach in first, because you don't have to pay all the tour and the material. It's more easier. And for thrash metal, it's perfect.
Yes. We're so keen on it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And bye-bye.
Beautiful.
Have a good day, and good luck with this album.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Thraxas.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.